Greetings, everyone. It is Isaac Wells, the voice of Internet's Skeletor. You're watching Dragonfire Entertainment. And remember, listening to a podcast before bedtime is the adult version of story time. Until we meet again.
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Wildman Wess here, and welcome to What's Your Poison. As always, with the close of 2024, it is now time for a last call. That being said, we have 4 different beers of varying styles, and we are going to go through them. But I wanted to give you a special bonus. Not only are we going to be doing a last call this year, we're also going to be starting off 2025 the right way by doing a technical 2-parter. So yes, on New Year's Day, we're going to be starting off fresh with 4 other beers as well. Other than that, we're going to start off with these 4, so let's get started. Starting off our last call from Gazellig Brewing Company in Newton, Iowa, we have Sour Batch Fruited Sour Ale. This is 5%. And judging by the logo on the can, you see some Sour Patch Kid candies. So, I mean, let's face it, I was a big fan of Sour Patch Kids in the 90s, as well as even to present day, I still will eat them. I will even buy them for Halloween, and whatever's left over, hey, fair game. So, I'm going to open this up, and we're going to see exactly what we have in store for our nostalgia. Alright, so far it's looking slightly, I don't exactly know how to describe this color. It's like a yellow. It almost looks like a cider in a way. So, a lot of carbonation. The head dissipates. Barely any head at all, but... Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting somewhere. This smells exactly like a Sour Patch Kid. Straight off the bat, they're not lying so far. I love this. Alright, anyways, let's have this sip. Holy Jeebus. Okay, smells like a Sour Patch Kid, tastes like a Sour Patch Kid. Not just that, but anybody that's ever had Sour Patch Kids and you eat them, not just one at a time, but quite a few at once, and you get that sugar mixed in with that corn syrup, or whatever it is, the texture where it's, sour but yet sticky at the same time. That is what I'm getting, and it's nostalgia at its best. I'm crazy to say this, but it's true. We're going a 5 out of 5 POW on the very first beer for the last call of 2024. And another thing that I forgot to mention, this beer is gluten-free. So, for all of you who have gluten allergies and are not really able to drink a lot of beer, guess what? You get to drink a beer, and for those people from my generation and, 21 and older, you get to have a little bit of nostalgia for yourself. So I'm gonna sip on this as best as I can because it sucks when it's gone, but we're gonna move on to our next beer for the day. So speaking of the 90s, and even in going into the early 2000s, we have from Hanson Brothers Beer Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by way of Normal, Illinois at Destihl Brewing, the Mmmm IPA. Okay. Guess what, folks? This was made by the Hanson Brothers. As much as I used to dog them a little bit from their music as a kid, you know something? I'm interested because, hey, we all gotta grow up someday, and what better way than to make your own beer? So, to what I understand, this is an American IPA. It has Citra, it has Crush, and Idaho hops in here. It's supposed to be a little bit fruity, slightly bitter, so I'm excited. What I love about the side of this can, I was reading a little bit of the description, and it says, "Few things in life will last, but great music and great beer always bring us together. Brewed to share with the ones who really care." Yeah, I never sang Hanson in my life, and you know what? I'll leave it to them. But enough chit-chat, we're gonna pop this open. Okay, so far we have a golden color finish on this. Nice carbonation, great head, this is nice. So far, the look, looks could be deceiving, but we're gonna have a smell, Hazy. Definitely getting a lot of the Citra hop on this one. I'm not really familiar with the crush hop, so I'm just gonna have to wing it on that one, much like the Idaho hop. So I mean, hey. So depending on the flavor profile, that's probably where I'm going to figure out exactly what they bring to the table. So here we go. Traveling back. Not a bad IPA. Dank on the flavor. So that's why I'm thinking the crush and the Idaho hops are definitely having more of that earthy tone. So it's a little bit of both. I mean, you get a little bit of that hazy tropical on the nose, and you get a little bit of that smoothness on the flavor profile. I'm going to have another sip because it's making me think of something. Yeah, that's right. There was a meme with kind of an Arnold expression, and it goes a little something like this. Dipping dots on Goombas, gonna stop some Goombas, it's not a tumor, yeah. Alright, enough imitations for today. I'm going to finish off the rest of this, but first I have to grade it. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's actually, I mean, it tastes like a standard IPA for the most part. A little tweaks here and there. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give this one 3 3/4 pows, because I mean, like I said, it's not bad, it's not amazing, but I mean, honestly, it gets the job done. So Hanson, I believe you have redeemed yourself for your one-hit wonder for all of those who never really liked it in the first place. Come to think of it, maybe I need to relive that song, and maybe I might save the rest of this can and drink it while I listen, just to prove myself wrong. So for our next beer, I mean, come on, I had to do one from Taxman Brewing from Bargerville, Indiana, by way of Indianapolis, because my boy Hefe, that you have seen on here before from Beer You, Beer Me, works there. So this one is the Tequila Barrel Margarita style spinoff. I had to read that over and over and over again just to make sure I got it right. This is a Tequila Barrel style Imperial Kettle Sour. Yeah, talk about all these tongue twisters. I mean, seriously, I guarantee after I have this, I'm probably going to have more tongue twisters. But anyways, 8%, and it has some salt in there. It's going to be tequila-y, Margaritaville-y. That's what I'm hoping. At least I'm a Jimmy Buffett fan, a parrot head for life. So, oh, Hefe, I hope you don't steer me wrong. But then again, I don't think you ever really have. So that's always a good case, right? Okay, so, nice golden color.
Ooh.
Oh, they ain't lying when it comes to that tequila. I'm loving that. Alright, well, I'm just going to start drinking this because I really don't know what to say at this point because I'm excited. Wasting away again at Taxman Reedaville. This, it literally, it tastes like tequila. Makes me want to bust out into a dance or something like that. But in all seriousness, I mean, this definitely tastes like a quasi-cocktail beer. I mean, especially for all of those that don't like beer but like spirits, especially tequila, this one is for you. And you know something? I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5 as well because, man, it is just evenly and perfectly balanced. The tequila doesn't burn like it would normally do when you're taking that shot and licking that salt and squeezing that lime. But I mean, there's a bite, but not too excessive. I mean, ooh, I have another sip. When it comes to the concept of margarita style, I mean, yeah, it does have the qualities and flavor profile of it. A little more heavy on the tequila, but I would recommend this one to anybody, especially those of you who enjoy a good margarita, enjoy good tequila, and especially enjoy great beer. So Hefe, thank you so much for bringing this to me. Love ya, miss ya, and look forward to seeing you soon. But before that, we have to go on to our fourth and final beer of 2024. Stick around. Okay, so closing out 2024 for What's Your Poison this year, we have from Confluence Brewing in Des Moines, Iowa, the French Silk Pie Dessert Stout. This is 8%, and I figure there is a pattern going on here with this concept of the 90s, I guess, because when I was a kid, growing up in the 90s, though I was born in the early 80s, my youth was predominantly the 90s. Thank you, Captain Obvious. One of the things that I saw at a lot of restaurants was French Silk Pie, whether it be like a Village Inn, a Boston Market, you name it. Wherever there was pie, French silk was one of the predominant ones in the case. And I am excited about this because what better way to end 2024 with a dessert? And you always have your dessert after you have your meals, right? You gotta finish it. Oh, dark. I would say medium body on this one. I mean, it is a stout, but still, I mean, that head is thick. Thick. I love that. Chocolatey, almost coffee-like. All right, well, time to have my dessert. Cheers. No. Hang on a second. Give me a minute. That is one of the best dessert stouts I've ever had. Just like how I was talking about the Sour Batch earlier, how it brings back so much nostalgia, they did not miss the mark. They literally made it exactly the way it tasted without beer, but they added the alcohol in, and it is, all right. And you know, normally when I do something like that, we have to give this one 5 out of 5. I know, this seems like a really crazy episode. We got 3 5 out of 5s. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a perfect game, but this one was damn near close. And wow, Confluence, you didn't just hit a home run, you hit a grand frickin' slam. And you know what? I'm gonna pour a little bit more of this right now. Well, we hope you enjoyed our last call for 2024 here on What's Your Poison. If you've had these beers before and you agree with the ratings on this, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, you can leave a thumbs down. I totally get it. If you've never had them before, make sure you get each and every one. You'll be glad you did. Other than that, share on social media, push that little red button, ring the bell for instant notifications. And before I leave this, I have to give a lot of thanks to a lot of people for 2024. First off, I have to, thank my good wife Becca for all of her support with everything on this one, because I strayed a while for YouTube, and she's been very supportive, and I'm glad that I have someone that really wants me to get back on this, regardless of the numbers of subscribers. I mean, we're very low. I mean, I'm not big, but you want to know something? I appreciate everything that the viewers and subscribers have ever given me, and I plan to give so much back. I'm trying to not be emotional right now. Also, I give big shout out to my best friend Hefe Wisen at Beer You Beer Me, because like I've mentioned before, if it weren't for him, What's Your Poison wouldn't exist. And you need to check out his stuff because he has some of the greatest beer education that you'll ever know. Other than that, there are some other thank yous I have to give. I have to give big shout out, especially during the 24 Beers of Christmas, Beard Wizard Man and Al Chameleon, for a lot of the comments that they put in the section of the beers that they had tried, and also just the shout outs. Thank you so much. I have to give another shout out to Patman QC, a fellow Quad City native and YouTuber who does a great job at all the video game history that you could ever know. If you are not subscribed to him, you need to now, especially if you're a big video game enthusiast from the early times of video games. I mean, he makes me want to play video games every day. And recently, I do have to give a shout out to Lucas Goucher from Lodi Tap House with the Advent Beer Calendar, as well as everybody from Obscurity Brewing in Elburn, Illinois. And I do have to give a big shout out from the beginning of this episode to none other than the voice of Internet Skeletor, Isaac Wells, for doing that intro. Thank you so much, Isaac. I love seeing you at the conventions, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Until then, I'm Wildman Wess, and we will see you tomorrow for the beginning of 2025 with another episode of What's Your Poison. Take care. Happy New Year's. We love you. Cheers.